we are looking at the last fortress. This is going to be, I'm assuming, some sort of centre-back evo. So we are going to get a 95 max, 98 on the dribbling, 98 physical, and then 10 playstars, 4 playstyle pluses. Pretty standard across the board. You are 1 goal ahead and your opponent is pressing. Don't worry, your Guardian of Defence will be there to prevent scoring opportunities and lead to your victory. I wish it was that easy. So we are going to get a maxed out defending to 98, which is incredible. That is going to give you a plus 20 and a plus 20. So pretty much most will be upgraded to that level, which I think is fantastic. We are looking at the Anticipate Plus as the very first playstyle. Plus, I'm very happy with that one as well. We'll also get the Intercept Plus. We will then get loads of other ones that will go through. The Bruiser Plus. We then get Slide Tackle. 2 levels. Okay, so we only get 3. That's absolutely fine. So if we are looking at a single playstyle plus player, let's go to the gold just so I can see this. Get rid of the loans. So if we're going for a single playstyle plus or just one, we are going to get the Anticipate first, then the Intercept, then the Bruiser Plus. Absolutely phenomenal in that. So if we then are looking at a level, if we go for, say, someone like Rudiger, he will end up with the Anticipate, the Bruiser, which he's already got, and the Intercept on top. It is only 4 playstyle pluses as always, and we are going to get just defending from this upgrade. So it is playstyles, it is then defending. You get the cosmetic. By the looks of it, if we go back out again, the normal playstyles we will get from this is Jockey, Block. We then get Slide Tackle, and that is it for the normal playstyles. Then obviously the triple playstyle plus added, which for most of these cards isn't really going to be too crazy. Now, the main thing for this is definitely giving it to someone that doesn't have Anticipate. That's going to be the biggest benefit that you can go with here, is that 98 defending, which, to be honest, even like Chiesa will end up with the 98 defending. That's how prominent that defending is. So you definitely want to get it right. But if you could get at least, like Tomori with the Intercept, give him the right playstyle plus, give them the right defending if possible. So it's going to be important who you choose with this. Naturally, you're probably going to waste it if you give it on somebody that has got the 4 playstyle pluses. I will see how much the overall actually is given. But someone like Alphonso Davies on his 95 could benefit from this very well. If you haven't bothered with the SBC, we'll give him that 98 defending. He's already got the 99 pace, the Anticipate, the Bruiser, the Quick Step, the Jockey. Very nice stats across the board for a card like this. So that is absolutely brilliant to see. If we are looking, because I've not got every player, so there's going to be others that we can obviously throw into this. If you wanted to go for like a Van Dijk, if they don't have the Anticipate, this again could be phenomenal there. Whether you think it's worth it with the fact that the 99 is available for pretty much most. Lala could be a great upgrade for this. 98 on the defending, gets the Anticipate, a proper defensive playstyle plus, mixed in with then the Intercept, the Incisive, and also a Quick Step. This could be a great upgrade for him as well. So I do think this is a decent one. It may not be the craziest because you're only getting a 1 stat upgrade on potential cards that might need a few more, but in general I think it's going to be fantastic. I would be looking probably more towards fullbacks. I'd be looking at DMs just to get a bit more on that defensive side as well. Obviously someone like a Matthias, you probably want a bit more of like a dribbling aspect for him because he's already got the 94 defending. So it all depends on what you are specifically looking for with this. So if it was going down, obviously like a Lucio, he's already got the Anticipate. You'd throw yourself an Intercept on him. He gets the 98 defending regardless. I believe we haven't seen him leaked as a number 5 team yet. I don't think. We've seen Bale, we've seen Salah, we've seen Haaland, we've seen Palmer. I don't remember seeing Lucio's name yet, but he could be announced later on today anyway. So it's a very straightforward Evo, I'm not going to lie. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with Eldorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. We do go over to Futbin then. Let's see what this Evo could truly give for us then. Because we've obviously going to get a +6 on the overall. So if we're looking for that 97, we're going for at least a 91 at the minimum. Now, if you want to give the upgrade another purpose, so you want to be able to go straight into another evolution with this, you pick an 88, you pick an 89, it still works pretty well, because then you could evo him into another upgrade at some point, and especially if you've got another one in mind, that could work pretty well as well. So in terms of players, realistically, you're not going to look at strikers, you're not looking at cams, you're not looking at wingers. To some aspect, maybe not centre mids, but I think that could have some decent options in there. So I'd be looking at the back line, CDM, and centre mids to throw itself in there. So naturally, like if we was to look at someone like Odegaard, now I know he's kind of centre mid cam, but if we was treating him as a box to box, kind of like a Bellingham, this could be where you could add that level of defensiveness to him. He's already got the incisive and the long ball. You throw on the intercept, the intercept and the anticipate, plus then the 98 defending. I mean, it's not the worst. You throw an engine onto him as well, you've got yourself 95, 93, 99, 98, 98, and 77, which we just kind of go away from. But in terms of a statted card, it gives him a new lease of life. Now, I don't think I've seen his name mentioned in the Footies Team 5, and we've already got quite a few Prem players, so I assume he's probably not going to get one now. So evolutions are going to be the way for someone like him if you are building your Arsenal team and want a better rated Odegaard in the midfield. Obviously, he has got a left wing, which is decent enough, but I would definitely prefer him in that centre mid cam role, kind of like how Bruno is for Man U. I don't really want him if he got a shapeshifter in the left or right, or a striker. I need him in that cam role where he specifically plays. So plenty of options you can go with them types of players, kind of your centre mid cams without the defending. Matuidi, he might be put up in a name, but it'd be the biggest waste for him. It gives him the anticipate, which is fantastic, but he's already got 99 on that defending. There's going to be far better upgrades that you can go for to just iron out all of that. We could then look at someone like a Vitinha. This would be the kind of other option I'm thinking about because he hasn't got any defensive playstyles here. This could be the perfect one for him. I know he's got a 97. It is just an example for him. So he would get the last fortress. He'd get the 98 defending, which is going to be a +7 on the defending, plus the anticipate plus, which is always nice, and it keeps himself pretty relevant. Now, he does have a pretty good 97 as well that was an SBC, so that one is most definitely better. But if you haven't finished that SBC, this one could be another option you could go with. Whereas we look at someone like a Nuno Mendes is, again, a terrible kind of example because he has got a 99. There's not going to be many that do replace that Nuno Mendes, and he has got many versions, but that 99 is outrageous. So if we were to just pick a left back like the Alphonso Davies, it's a great option for him. It gives him that big defending upgrade, gives him the anticipate. It's got then the bruiser, the slide tackle, and the quick step. It turns him into a very good left back, and this is where across the board would do really well. We look at someone like Gravenberch, another fantastic option because you've already got some decent play style pluses, some decent stats across the board in terms of technical ability. So his dribbling, his passing, a bit of pace. His shooting is up there, but still needs a bit of work. But this solidifies that defending, that anticipate, the defending, a brilliant card, which then you could potentially just go all out on the Hunter. You could make him a wonderful box to box, max out the pace, as much shooting as possible. I mean, that is a perfect combination. It gets him very statted up there, great playstyle pluses, and he's a 5-star, 4-star, which we could work on in a new upgrade. But this is where it could work in certain aspects. Then you look at the likes of Gabriel, bit of a waste. He's already got the anticipate. Intercept is nice, but he's already got 96 defending as well. So you've got to be very smart with what you're doing. Don't just waste it on anybody. It is a free upgrade as well, which is nice. So that's just going to be something to just take a little bit more care, with it as such. Then you look at the likes of Kimmich, again with the intercept, the 98, it's decent, but I don't think he did get any upgrade. This could be the last Kimmich that we see, so whether you'd want to upgrade him if you're making a buying team, this again could be a nice option throwing it in there. I don't think he's had any rumours to move, but that would make him into a nice card. But like I say, always be wary, you're only getting the 4 defending. This has loads of capabilities that you could go further down. It gives you a plus 40 defending, so pretty much most players who have got 58 defending and above will get to that 98 defending. So there's lots and lots of options you can go with. For instance, Reyners. Now he's more than likely not going to get any more upgrades from now. A perfect centre mid in the Italian league. This would be a great option for him if he hasn't moved. I don't know if he has moved. Watch him now. He's already kind of signed, sealed and delivered. I don't think... Yeah, unless has he gone to Man... Oh, has he actually gone to Man City? I mean, if he hasn't, and that's an old card, brilliant. If he has, he'd probably get a transfer card. So... move on next, then if we look at someone like a Valverde, if you go for the intercept with him, I know again he's got multiple cards, but I don't think he's due to get a footies by the looks of it. So again, another card that you've got the striker 96, probably wouldn't waste my money on his striker version. There's so many better strikers out there, so you could go and give him the perfect defensive playstyles. It's absolutely brilliant. You can give him the engine if you really wanted to, just to give him that bit more on the agility balance as well as passing, as then the defending, the physical and shooting is all up there with the best of them. So lots and lots of options you can go for. I do want to have a look at the popular option once I believe it's going to be available, because there's going to have some names that maybe we don't quite see, and they could be definitely popping off. Now, when it comes to the quadruple playstyle plus players, I probably wouldn't waste my breath with them, just because you're wasting a good opportunity for a kind of triple or double playstyle plus. Like if we were to look at Bellingham, if he didn't have this 98, then you could go with this version and give himself a little bit of a boost. Now, if he didn't have loads of different versions, you could easily go with this card, but he gives him the anticipate, the intercept as well. The technical relentless is kind of saved a little bit then. And we've also got the 5th playstyle plus to come eventually. So it does give him that defensive boost. Could do with a bit more pace still, so whether you go all out with the hunter, it could work in his favour pretty well. So there's lots and lots of different ways that you can spin this, and there's going to be plenty, like for instance Hullet, for instance Vieira. I think Hullet's bound to be one in there. That's going to be a great upgrade, but this is the problem with when you go to the absolute top. More than likely you have put an upgrade in there for Hullet. Again, now he's got the 99 that you want to be trying to get, but realistically, I've put my Hullet into a 97 upgrade before this, so more than likely most people have in themselves. So it's kind of just dealing with the last dregs. Now, it's a great upgrade for him. 11 on the defending, gives him the anticipate. It's a brilliant statted card then. It really adds that level. The engine could be perfect for him. 94 pace, 99 on the passing, gives him great agility balance. It's a perfect upgrade for him. So I do expect him to be one of the names on this popular. So let's wait until then and see who gets on that popular vote. So looking at the popular vote then, we've obviously got Hullet up there, which I think is going to be an easy one if you've still got him in there. I think this Haaland, I kind of expected in the lower end of him. His defensive ability was absolutely fantastic from the Winter Wildcard. With him now due a big upgrade during Footies Team 5, whether you'd want to upgrade him now at that point, or at least wait to see on tomorrow if he does get a 99 or a 98. I'm kind of hoping he does get a 99, but with their previous teams, they've only really given a couple out each time. So whether Salah's going to take that lead, and then it'd kind of be between Palmer and Haaland who takes the other 99 if there's no other massive names that I've not really thought about. But another great upgrade. Lucio, obviously, we've already spoke about. Vieira was going to be there. The Alfonso was always going to be a big one. Theo Hernandez is a great example. But just like if Reyners has joined Man City, I don't know how that has gone over my head, but if he does get the transferred card, he has changed team now, so I can imagine he will get a 99 there if they do follow the same suit they have done in the past 4 or 5 FIFAs. So he more than likely wakes up with that upgrade as well. Rudiger is always going to be a great option. De Jong, which version is this? This is the Winter Wildcard. Another one that I'm surprised hasn't received anything really. Like, he got his road to the final, which unfortunately didn't really transpire into anything incredible. But I was kind of expecting maybe a little footies, maybe even an SBC. He'd have been a perfect one to put into a medium sort of rating to go in there. But another nice upgrade for him. It gives him that defensive boost. He already has the 99 passing and some decent playstyle pluses. Then you get silly with obviously the Henry, the Mbappe. There's just no point really kind of going too much into them. I wonder, could you go with that Bale? Now, he's going to be getting a footies, that is confirmed, footies icon. But could you go with this one? Because he's got some decent styles. Now, a lot of people have kind of been taking him into the striking route rather than defensive. But if you wanted to go all out on the defensive instead and you like him as that left back, this might not be a bad option to go with. Now, you go with the engine on him. That does turn him into a pretty decent kind of left back. The only thing he really doesn't have is the physicality. So whether you really think that's worth it or not, it'd be more for the fun of the game rather than for the meta of the game. Baude is going to be another great option. He has got the 94, was a phenomenal left back in the game, so another great addition if you can throw him in there. So that's always going to be a nice one, but was an SBC, so if you have still got him knocking around, that's always going to be nice. And past that, once you get into these categories where just they throw anybody in, you're not really going to find many people of use here. Ramirez, again, surprised he's had nothing, but we will see as we go if there's any more. Milinkovic-Savic is always going to be a great option. He does have the quadruple playstyle plus, but if you wanted to keep him alive and you haven't put him in anything else already, again, that's going to be another good option. So they're going to be the ones you can go with. Kamenvinga is due an SBC or an objective, so don't bother with him. Let me know down below, and I'll catch you all for that next one. Yaya Toure always. Peace.